Anyway, this process led eventually to the creation of what was called the first module, which was 2 direction centers and a combat center. And MIT said that that was as far as they wanted to go. Because it turned out that, as I said earlier, talking about Whirlwind, that SAGE was a living thing. It wasn't a thing you built and plugged down and turned the keys over to somebody. It changed all the time. Tactics changed, weapons changed, enemies changed. So it was necessary to have a large group of people who were modifying it, primarily the software, but to some extent the hardware, all the time. And who was going to do that? Well, we had people who could build all the largest set of contractors who were building the equipment, and we had SDC who was building the software. But who was going to do the system engineering? So they asked MIT, and as I say, MIT was reluctant to do it. They asked the telephone company, and the telephone company didn't want to do it. They tried to see if they could set up one of the contractors to do it, but it didn't work because none of the contractors trusted any of them to be in charge, because they felt that it would only be a matter of time before he was doing all the work. And the System Development Corporation offered to do it, but was judged not to have the capability. Finally, they went back to MIT and said, "You have to do this for us." And I think it was Jay Stratton said, he was president at the time, "No, we won't do it, but we will set up a new corporation and we'll spin off the part of Lincoln that has been doing SAGE." And that happened over a period of 6 months or so in 1958. And a new corporation was set up, and a board of trustees was intrigued into serving. And around, I don't know, quarter of Lincoln, I guess, quarter to a third of Lincoln was transferred to this new corporation to carry on the SAGE design. Now, we knew that that was not a long-run job. There was a job for some years to finish the system, but the ICBM had now become the most important threat. And so it was clear that, not working SAGE itself, air defense, was not a steady business for a new company. But we also knew that there were enormous opportunities in military information systems of all sorts and information systems outside the military. So we cheerfully went off to the new company with every intent to finish the job we had started, but also to do new things, and that's what happened.